Hey YouTubers, welcome back to the channel. It's your man RC, and today the video is going to be around the mods that I've done on my 2018 Chieftain Darkhorse. As you know, I can't ride right now. It's wintertime, snow's on the ground, salt, and I just don't put the Darkhorse out there like that. So, stay tuned after the video on my mods. There's some bonus footage of another bike that shares the layer. And won't go into as much detail with that bike as with mine, but I figured there'd be some questions, so I throw out some answers and preempt. Before I forget, if you like the content, don't forget to click subscribe and click that bell to be notified, and like the video if you like the video. Leave me some feedback, I'll be sure to answer. Stay tuned for a couple ride videos that I did last summer up in the mountains of Virginia. Until next time, stay safe and watch out for one another. Peace. So without further ado, let's just talk about a few of the things that I've done with the bike since I got it. First thing, this came with the 19-inch wheel, and I picked up this traditional fender from somebody who didn't need it anymore. So that came, and then I bought a brand new light for a headrest for the front. I also upgraded my headlights and my driving lights, and if you look really close, you'll see that there's a skull pattern in the headlight. The driving lights, one of the lenses came off, and I sent that out to a vendor that's going to rebuild those lights for me. Also in the front, picked it up from Klockwerks, but I think it actually originally came out from Dirty Bird. It's this I don't even know what to call it, but it's like an additional front end over the headlight. Gives it more of a longer look in the front. But again, it's available either on Klockwerks or I don't even know if they still sell it at Dirty Bird. I did pick up these TM-CT lowers and highway pegs off of Amazon. They're very easy to find. One thing that I'm having an issue with, as you can see, I've modified them a little bit because this whole area looks unfinished, and I picked up this chin spoiler cover that I've painted, but there's a clearance issue with the front fender and those lowers. So what I have to do is figure out how much more plastic I have to take away from these lowers so that it doesn't scratch the spoiler, but then also make sure that it's not hitting the fender on turns. So in slow handling, sharp turns, etc., that's where I had a problem with it. So it's been on before. It'll be back on again once I get that clearance issue figured out. The lower fairings I have the storage, but I'm considering, and I'll talk about it a little bit later, upgrading these lowers to have 6.5 audio in them. No, I don't want the 8s. I don't need that much. I think the 6.5s will be good. With the other things that I'm doing with the bike, as you'll hear later, it'll be a good balance for me. So also, I picked up these floorboards and brake pedal, and you'll see on the other side the shifter and the oil dipstick are all from Vic Baggers. Got those on a great sale that they had about a year and a half ago. I've got the big bore kit. This came as a 111, so I've got the aftermarket. It's a 2018. Also, looking right at it is the I wanted to do something different with the tank emblem. So this tank emblem is what's called Brave Wolf Customs sent me this. However, I have something else coming that's a little bit more unique, but this is nice. It makes it real easy when I park around other Indians. This makes it stand out. Really easy to put on. Another thing I picked up was these heat shields. I painted those so that they're nearly invisible to the bike. They're effective. They came clear, but I painted them so that they match the darked out look of the bike. Current project is these speaker lids and adding the premium concert audio speakers. I'm in the middle of that project right now, so they're in the bike, but they're not wired yet for it, and I'm making my final decisions as to what amplifiers I'm going to be using for it. I still got a little bit better work to do matching the lids to the bags. I may end up having to seek a little help on that one, but that was my first shot at it. I'm not done. Still got more to do. I did get the rack, and there's a messenger bag that hooks up really good to it. If you've seen some of the photos before that I posted with the bike, it's a really good combination for, like, 2-3 day events, or long weekend events. The messenger bag just gives me enough extra storage to do what I need to do in terms of packing. Got the little Indian license plate on the back. This does have the Stage 1 Indian pipes on it. I love the deep rumble that those have. I bought these aftermarket rear crash bars. As you can see, they're fading. They actually match better than the gloss black ones up front that came with it. But what I'm going to end up doing is taking these off just so they match and gloss black those like the front crash bars. Here's the oil dipstick I talked about. And then from Vic Baggers, this derby cover and the other floorboard and the shifter that I talked about as well. What are some of the other things I did? Kind of hard to do. Kind of hard to think of all the things that you've been doing as you go around it. Indian tank pouch. That's really, when I'm carrying my wallet and stuff, that's where I put all my, need to get it real quick and easy, but don't want it in your pockets. I got the Indian backrest, and we already talked about the rack on the back. Additionally, what I have in the works coming in the mail. Any day now, I'm expecting the heated and cooled seat. Shout out to Windseeker. I watched his review on it, and then saw Indian's commercial on it as well. But Windseeker's review on it really tipped me over to go ahead and grab that. I got some long rides planned next year down south, so I wanted to have that heated and cooled seat. And then the Artibus tank emblems. If you've never heard of Artibus, they make tank emblems custom to the color pattern that you want. And I really like the skull theme, as you saw from the headlights and from Brave Wolf. So I got one of those coming from Artibus. And then future things I got coming is Klockwerks bars, upgrade the front fairing speakers, and I'm trying to decide right now between a Kenwood amp, Rockford Fosgate, Onyx, Clarion. I don't know. Comment below if you've got one of those brands of amps and what you think about the system that you're getting or that you have. And then the last thing is the Indian trunk, the big Indian trunk. When you're riding long distances, I don't know about you guys, but when I ride on the freeway, here, let me turn this camera back around. When I'm riding on the freeway, I like to use the full face helmet. So I've got a Shoei right now and an Icon. And I typically wear the Shoei for long distance, and the Icon is local. It's blacked out, it's got the tinted shield. It just kind of has a good look for the rest of the bike, the theme of the bike. And then I like to, when I'm in town, sometimes I like to do a half helmet. It is DOT rated Indian helmet, and it's really comfortable, and it's just better when you're doing short rides, in my opinion. So that's one of the main reasons why I want to get the trunk. And then I'll think about upgrading the 5.5 inch speakers that are in the back, or 5.25 speakers that are in the back of the trunk as well, and really have that concert sound. So I know some people are going to say, yeah, the exhaust is good, but when you're riding 500-600 miles, sometimes you want to hear the exhaust and enjoy the scenery. Other times it's just good to put on that nice smooth acid jazz, or the old slow jam, or some old school, some hip hop. I listen to a little bit of everything, so it just makes my ride more enjoyable. So that's it. That is, I didn't tell you about the name. The name of the bike is CK Tome. So big thing with a lot of the Indian riders is to name the bike something from Native American culture, right? So I went and looked in, I've always been a fan of wolves, and I went and looked in Lenape language, and so this is Dark Wolf. Dark Wolf is the name of my bike, and that translates to Sike Tome. So, hope you enjoyed the video. There'll be more coming as I tear the fairing up and decide what amp I want. I'll do some install videos and let you guys come along on the journey as I get it ready for the trips that I got planned for next year. Until then, Happy New Year's, and be safe. You know, I know somebody's gonna inquire about this beautiful Scout in the background, but this belongs to my queen. She's been doing a little modding herself. And when I say modding herself, yup, she wrenches on it herself. Well, except for the bars. But that'll be another video for another time.